Sorry, just we clap at the beginning to sync up our audio with the audience. So you need to clap at home too, otherwise we won't know that we're all lined up. It's an old Facebook Live trick.
Oh, we're not live yet.
What? No, it's a Facebook Live is the name of the service. Otherwise it'd be a Facebook Live trick.
I thought it was Facebook Live. You know, like this is...
It's like the peanut butter.
It's like us living. Like I feel alive right now, you know?
Alright, hello everyone.
This is it. Day 6.
Yep. Welcome to what is a very special episode of the Bathrobe Chronicles. Because every episode is special with you watching. I worked on that for a while beforehand.
All weekend, really. He's been practicing that. I mean,
went through a few different variations.
The only thing he's been talking about. Okay, are we actually live?
Yeah, we have to get a little confirmation
That's
here.
Our first question. Yeah, are we?
Yeah,
nice.
That looks like us.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, we did it.
It is for you, but not me.
I'm Graham.
I'm Ashkan, and this is us in our bathrobes.
Doling out float wisdom, you know?
Yeah.
What little we can. So today we're going to go over social media and what you might want to be posting while you're closed or very limited on business right now. Take a sip of coffee. You take over from there.
And the first question is, do you want to be posting? Like, you know, your whole rest of your business is shut down. And the answer is yes, that you do want to still be posting stuff.
All right, next question.
Yep.
Why?
Tomorrow. Yeah, basically,
Yeah,
I mean,
why?
don't let your... There's no reason to have your social media also go dead during this time that your whole float center is closed. It's actually a great opportunity to continue putting out information and staying in touch with people and relevant and keeping floating on people's mind and trying not to lose the momentum you have that you kind of build and get when you're normally operating.
I mean, you'll still need customers when you reopen. So keeping people engaged with your brand, keeping you top of mind, so that floating is something they think about when they finally do, or when you finally do reopen and business kind of resumes, hopefully as normal. All of that's a really good investment. So yeah, don't stop certainly posting on social media and just investing in that asset.
Well, let's be honest, what else are you going to do? I mean, you have probably
and what else are other people going to do?
On
you
your
know?
hands right now, so, you know, hop on and post some stuff on social media.
All right, let's assume that we've convinced you that that's a good idea, as opposed to total radio silence. What do you post? What are the people to post, Ashkan?
So much stuff. I mean, we've been posting up, you know, what sort of breakfast we've been eating every day.
Posting up us in bathrobes,
yeah,
just kind of delivering talks.
So you could take that one if you want.
Feel free to spread the whole bathrobe love around too. You could give a talk in bathrobes just about your center. We won't be offended.
One thing that we've been posting,
I won't be offended.
and I will be offended actually. But one thing that we've been posting that we've noticed other float centers posting as well, that has also been a kind of nice thing that our customers have responded to is just like general information on how people can continue relaxing from the comfort of their own homes.
Yeah, it may sound silly, and there's a lot of articles out there that are like, oh, you know, top 10 tips on de-stressing from home. And some of them are really silly and don't actually have very good tips. But some are really quality and based on research. And it turns out there is a lot of information out there for people who might be stuck at home, from doing yoga to diet to small exercises people can do even without weights. You know, and for the community, a lot of float centers are this bastion of peace and quiet and relaxation, and especially for members who were used to accessing that on a regular basis, and now they can't come in so much or at all. These little tips can actually go a long way. So in addition to being like good, engaging content, which we found our audiences really do engage with it, I think it's legitimately also like a good service to offer people, is to remind them how they can relax at home and take off some of the stress of everything going on around.
There's a really good How article about how to build a float tank in your bathtub that I think advises you to put 10 to 15 pounds of Epsom salt into your bathtub. And
Just stick a towel
try
under the
to turn
door
all
so
the
the
lights
light
on.
doesn't get in from the outside.
So there you go. I mean, that one might be, maybe you don't want to release that, otherwise your customers won't even come back anymore if they realize that they can just float from home.
High quality article. I haven't thought about that in a long time. Do you think that's still up there?
I don't
does
know.
that still
Maybe
exist?
someone fixed it at this point. That was many years ago.
Other things, one thing we actually found was doing really well on our own social media is highlighting cool things that other businesses are doing. Portland is pretty much shut down except for essential services. And there's lots of businesses that are stepping up and doing community service and just pitching in really cool ways. So highlighting not even just what you're doing, if you are doing things like that, which obviously that's great content. Definitely post up things that you're doing while you're closed to help out the community. But again, also highlighting other community members gets a lot of engagement. And I kind of think people just like that kind of content right now. They want to see something to believe in and something that makes them feel good. So it wasn't something we'd planned out beforehand. But again, it's doing really well just on our own page.
And it's just actually really useful. I mean, one of the kind of values of social media right now is that it is a way for us to share information with each other when we're all kind of like stuck in our own homes. So helping kind of boost a message or pass along information about something cool that is happening in the area around you could genuinely be helpful for someone who is in need of it.
For sure. We only did one post like this, but it actually also performed really well, so we threw it on the list here, which is just a little I miss you note from the tanks. We had our shop manager, when they were running the pumps, take a little photo of one of our tanks and post up on Facebook with just a little, Tank 6 misses you. And we got a lot of people being like, we miss Tank 6. That's not a bad little idea for at least one day of content.
We're going to try to do the same thing with other objects in our shop.
Our dehumidifier misses you.
Yeah. Oh, Couchy is like waiting for you to come back. Of course, if you do have any sort of promotion that you're trying to run, like discounted floats or gift cards or whatever it is that you're doing to kind of bring in a little income, that's definitely something that you can use social media to kind of keep top of mind as much as feels appropriate.
Yep. Sorry, I was looking at us and I was like, who are those handsome devils over there on Facebook Live? I got
What are they
distracted
talking about?
for a second. And another one that went well for us was actually doing a live update, kind of like we're doing now, but from the shop, as you go in to run the pumps or you're just kind of doing your maintenance or anything like that. Still, people engage with behind-the-scenes footage and just behind-the-scenes content, showing them a little back end of, as a small business owner, what you're going through and how you're still maintaining the float tanks or what you're doing to just kind of totally shut down your center still is interesting stuff. And again, our audience engaged really well with a video from our manager doing that.
And it's especially good content if you're asking people to contribute a bit of money to help you kind of keep doing the stuff you need to do to keep your shop running. Like allowing them to understand what those things are and making that tangible is a path towards them being like, wow, someone still has to go in and do a little bit of maintenance every day even while nobody's floating.
Yeah, make sure to rub a bunch of salt on yourself and really look
that's
disheveled and tired, just be like, yeah, it's pretty crazy down here. Play that sympathy card for what it's worth. That's official. That's an official tip from Float Tank Solutions.
And if you're curious about this stuff, you can also look at our Float On Facebook page to see the specifics of the stuff that we've been posting.
Yeah, and feel free to just even steal some of that language. Some of it will be weird when we mention Portland or our shop manager Marshall, but hey, if your shop manager is also named Marshall, then
that's a win.
You just knocked good 15
out.
seconds of your time off of your investment in that sentence construction.
And we've been posting other places too. We have a couple Instagram posts and
Twitter, we actually just did scheduled content, so you can, with Twitter, just pre-write all of your posts and kind of upload that and have them stocked and ready to go. So we did some adjustment, obviously, based on what's going on around to make sure we're not being awkward with our posts, but in general, that one's really easy. We just pre-stocked a lot of Twitter content. That's set. Instagram, very similar to Facebook, of course, for the type of content that you want to be putting out, just a slightly different medium. So you want to be highlighting these things more visually than textually, of course. And with all three of them too, the important thing again is just to stay in front of people wherever they happen to be. And different people use different types of social media. So don't be afraid to just post the same thing across all three platforms as well. And people who subscribe to you across all three, of course, won't be offended. This is old hat to a lot of you, but especially when your staffing is down and you might be occupied with other things with your time, just having to make one post even every 2 to 3 days should be enough to hit all of your platforms, and at least again keeps you relevant and top of mind.
The next thing it says on our notes is, what about ads? So,
Question mark.
What about ads?
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, thanks.
Notes, I was talking to the notes.
It just came to me.
So if you spend a lot of money on Facebook ads, you're likely going to be cutting a lot of that budget just because you don't have people who are coming in to float. And that's good. You might want to consider keeping a little bit active, or if you're only running a few $100s a month of Facebook ads, even considering just keeping that ad spend as it is not bad. We lowered down, so I think we're running maybe about $150 a month of ads right now. And the goal really, again, is just to keep people engaged, keep float on in people's minds so that when things do open up and people do need to get some relaxation and they're thinking about where they want to go out to now that they can go out again, that float on is one of those places, and it's just kind of primed for being able to open up and fill our tanks.
Yeah, hopefully isolation tanks will be a nice kind of transition back into social engagements for people, like...
Now come do isolation socially.
Yeah, leave your house to go inside of an isolated box away from everyone. Should be a nice baby step to the kind of reopening of society.
And of course, another thing too is, for Float On right now, we're running a buy one, give one special. So we're still trying to sell floats at a discount while we're closed to customers who want to support small business. And when we reopen, we'll be donating one of those to a medical worker. And for something like that can actually generate money, which it has been bringing in, enough money to at least pay our rent, which is great. Of course, throwing a little bit of ad money behind that is never bad, and you can track right there as long as you have tracking set up properly in your analytics for whatever booking software you use. You can kind of track end to end from those ads through people actually buying floats, which is great. You can see the return on investment that you're getting in. So as soon as that starts to decline, which most ads do over time, you can just kind of cut that budget. But in the meantime, you should be pulling in more bang for your buck than otherwise. So if you are thinking about spending at least a little money on ads, again, try to think about areas where that might actually bring in revenue. And then second best, of course, is just kind of building your reputation and getting people excited to hop in the tanks when you reopen.
So there you go. I mean, in general, it's not the most difficult time to even have content to post on social media. A lot of times our advice for social media is to post stuff that is actually what you're doing, give people some insight into what's happening behind the scenes. And after years of running, it's a little hard to come up with maybe new behind the scenes stuff that you haven't shared before, but now you're doing a bunch of stuff that you've never done before, and everything's kind of crazy. So just try to remember that, as you're going through these kind of unique actions or whatever it is that you're doing that's kind of out of the routine. That's a good thing to share with people and kind of fresh information that you can put out there.
And people really do just seeing the human side of business too. Even if you are stuck at home and literally broadcasting from your bathrobe, people will enjoy that content. Just don't be afraid to be real with people too. And one nice thing about this being a worldwide pandemic is everyone's going through the same thing. So people will understand. You can shed, even if you are kind of more professional, and keep that personal business boundary a little more in line than we tend to in our own lives.
I know what you're saying.
This is a good time to think about taking that down a little bit more, and again, just be a personal, real human business owner on your social media, and people will probably respond well.
Maybe wear a bathrobe. That's it. That's our main advice.
Let's see. Cool. Feel free to post up any questions, that you guys have in the future, and we'll, try to address them, work it into this or one of our occasional solutions podcasts.
And we have kind of a list of topics that we'll be talking about for the rest of the week up online right now, so you can look through that and see if there is a particular day that is you're like, oh yeah, definitely gotta watch that one, and you might find that that's every day. They're all just really that great.
And tomorrow we're talking about security and how we're kind of locking down Float On and just making sure it doesn't get vandalized and people don't break into it, which has been actually kind of a big problem here in Portland.
Yeah, tarring and feathering has been our main strategy so far, just to give you a spoiler.
Only 1 out of every 10, though. You know, you just need someone to kind of make a public example of. Is again, yeah, not to ruin the content too much. Cool. Anything? If you are curious how to actually hook up your analytics and be able to tie things in from Facebook ads or Google ads all the way through to a sale, and you use the Float Helm, we've been putting out daily videos on there about tips and tricks. And the last 2 days of videos, the most recent one was just posted up this morning, are all about analytics and just tying in the Facebook pixel and Google tracking. So if that is something you want to do, definitely go check those out as well.
Those Float Helm guys are really cool. I mean,
They are on top
people
of their stuff.
Yeah, like as soon as you see them, you're like, wow, these guys are amazing. So definitely check that out.
And even though the videos are done in kind of a screen share mode, I sense that the people behind the camera might be wearing bathrobes. So just a hunch.
Okay, well, we'll see you tomorrow.
As we always say, another day, another dollar.
Yeah. We did decide that today was day 6 instead of day 8.
So don't let this confuse you.
Yeah. We thought that would be the least.
It's like day 6 of videos.
Our personal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, is what's happening.
Our personal. What were you gonna say?
Our personal timeline. Like I just blacked out the last 2 days.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, as always, and yeah, see you again tomorrow.
Right.